Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to talk about Belle Collective. Now, listen, I know I'm late. I didn't take any notes. I only watched the episode once. I watched the episode on the flight. Um, so yeah, I just got back into my room. I had to go. It was a little CVS up the street that I went to. Um, to get some little, get some little snacks and stuff and get a little bottle. Um, just get some little stuff. Anyways, so girl, I'm back. All right, so Bell Collective, Glenn, um, his grandmother. You know, I'm a little sensitive. I'm not gonna lie. As much mouth as I got, girl, you wouldn't think that I was as sensitive as I was. But girl, I'm a little sensitive, and I was on the plane, girl, on the plane. He rode the plane. He rode the plane. I was almost in tears. I thought that was very, very sad. Um, Death is one thing that's promised to everyone. No matter what you think. Um, the positive about the situation is that I remember his cousin saying that I think the grandmother was like 93. So when you put it in that perspective, it's like, okay, mama, she lived a good, nice life. Um, it appeared as though she was in a lot of pain. Um, I think the cousin's name was Monique, said that the grandmother said she was ready to go. Um, and I don't think there's anything wrong with her saying that. I don't know how much pain that lady was in. Um, and again, she's 93. And if she feels as though, you know, her time is here, then, you can't do anything but respect it. I know it's probably going to be hard on, Glenn. He was really sad. It's trifling because I got something for Glenn too. As trifling as he is, I did feel sad and bad for Glenn for a couple of minutes, just because it's this thing that goes around that men, I'm a man, that men, are not supposed to cry. Um, so I think, even though I think it's stupid, when I see someone who probably I would assume probably believes in that, and I see them cry, it's kind of like, ooh. So I was like, when Glenn was crying, I was like, dang, because I don't, I feel like a lot of men like Glenn, they're a part of that men don't cry crew. And even me sometimes, girl, as sensitive as I am, girl, I don't like crying in front of people. I don't like crying in front of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, um, and I think a lot of us were raised that way too. Kind of like you don't cry, men and women. Because even when you look at Real Housewives of New Jersey, Delolo, Dolores, and Teresa, they don't do that. Especially Dolores, she don't do that crying stuff. Y'all see what she told Frank when Frank started crying at the table in front of her face? She told, girl, some of y'all don't watch Real Housewives of New Jersey. It's a woman named Dolores. Dolores told her ex-husband Frank. Frank was at the table. I'm not going through the whole story, but she told Frank to get up and go to the restroom and get himself together. That's what she told a grown man. Get up and go to the restroom. Get yourself together. But Dolores don't do that crying stuff. But yeah, I felt bad for Glenn. I did. Um, I knew, I knew that Glenn thinking that Tisha being there for him or being there in that moment, he thought that that was them getting back together. Listen, I would have probably looked at Tisha crazy if Tisha didn't go. Tisha been with Glenn since they've been in high school or out of high school. They've been together for a long time, you know? So I'm sure like that's one of those situations where, they each other's family, like they're all like family. Like his grandmother is her grandmother. Her grandmother is his grandmother. His mama, his mother still alive. I don't know. His parents, if they're still here, are her parents. You know, they've been together. They've been together for a long time. But he assumed, from what I thought from the clip from the conversation they had at the dinner table, that they, I guess, that was kind of like them working on their family. No, she was being there for you because of the situation, and also, again, we're not gonna act like Tisha doesn't know this lady. You know what I'm saying? Um, girl, when he told Tisha, he basically told Tisha, "This is how you know." And see, this is the part where we get on. This is the part where we get on Glendale. This is how you know that Glendale is psychotic. That Glendale is he does not live in reality. Because Glendale had the nerve to tell his wife that basically she was gonna lose a good thing, and that things run smoothly when he's in charge. Glendale, sir, when you were in charge, you were putting your penis inside of a woman's vagina, and the outcome was you were almost another child's father. So I don't know if we can all be in agreement when you say that things run smoothly when you're in charge. Because I think based off of history, we all know that that's a goddamn lie. Glenn, you a mess. You're gonna forever be a mess. I don't know what type of world you live in where you think that you're the catch, you're the prize, girl, you're the sun and the shine, girl. You're the stars and the moon. You're not. But see, this is what happens, Letitia, when you allow someone to mistreat you over and over. Yeah, y'all thought I didn't have nothing for Letitia. I got something for her too. This is what happens when you allow someone to mistreat you over and over and over and over and over again. They start to think that what they do is normal behavior, and it probably is. And low key, for a lot of these men, that is normal behavior. That's why they're so surprised when y'all finally get enough coochie lips and up and leave, cause they think that, girl, where are you going? And then y'all heard what he said when she was walking out the restaurant because she got pissed off. He said something along the lines of, "These women get a little bit of money and start to smell themselves." Listen, I think in a perfect world, I think everyone should marry rich. We know that's not real reality. But even if you marry rich, always make sure you got your own money because it makes it easier for you to leave if you want to. If not, then you're gonna be stuck over there like Jennifer Aiden, Real Housewives of New Jersey. She was on her fourth or fifth kid, couldn't go nowhere because she ain't had no money, and she still wanted that lifestyle, quiet as it's kept, and she knew she couldn't keep up that lifestyle. Yeah, just have your own money because Glenn saying that it lets me know that if Tisha didn't have her own money, that he would know that it wouldn't be a possibility. Now he knows it's a possibility because Tisha got her own coin. And then he says, "Of course, you're not gonna take my son away." I don't like for y'all to play with y'all children. I don't. But I really want y'all to start pulling these niggas' cards. I do. I want y'all to start pulling their cards, and I want y'all to start giving them what they ask for. So when Glenn says you're not gonna take my child, be like, okay, he can stay with you. He can stay with you the majority of the time. See how fast y'all children be back in your care most of the time. He talking that. He's saying, oh, you're not gonna take my son away from me. I'm not taking your son away from me. He gonna stay with you. He can stay with you Monday through Friday. I'll come over throughout the week to check on him, make sure he's doing what he needs to do, and then he come stay with me on the weekend. You can keep him the majority of the time. They say a man. They say I can't teach him how to be no man anyways. So here you go. I see how fast they face crack. I really don't care about Glenn or what Tisha got going on quad is because Tisha ain't going nowhere and Glenn ain't changing. It ain't really no use for nobody to get worked up. Glenn gonna forever be in the intro. Letitia gonna forever have that wedding ring on. She ain't going nowhere. Glenn ain't gonna change, and it is what it is. Um, and Glenn, no, Tisha ain't going nowhere. Um, who else? Latrice. Cliff is a mess. He's weird. So Latrice goes to see her new business. She bought a new property for Goddess Links, and she has to renovate. So she went to show her best friend or one of her friends. They're just having a conversation, and she was complaining about Cliff something. I forgot. Girl, why this Negro comes around the corner? And it was like, yeah, I heard y'all talk about me. Girl, what? And it was like, we wasn't talking about you. Now, mind you, I really don't think that they knew that Cliff was there because I know Latrice would not be talking about Cliff, right, the way that she was, and knowing that he was right around the corner. Because the last time her ass got yanked up out in the parking lot, and he called her all types of bitches and mother. Y'all remember? But I don't think they knew at the time that we was gonna hear all of that either. But yeah, he comes around the corner, and I'm just like, girl, this man is a mess. But girl, that's Tisha's man. That's her daddy. That's her daddy. I don't know girl, y'all want him, girl. I don't know. I think I'm starting to have a new outlook on reality TV shows. I think I really, really am. I said I wanted to talk about that in a different video, and I think I am. I think that with reality TV, I think I really, I said I was going to try and emotionally, girl, detach myself from these reality shows. And what I see is what I see, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and girl, I'm gonna be done. We're gonna talk about that in another video. I'm not getting worked up over y'all men and how they treat y'all. I'm not. Y'all gonna stay? So what I look like getting on the internet, girl, dragging these niggas when all you gonna do is probably be over there, oh, girl, watching our YouTube videos, girl, talking about us while you laying beside the nigga. Like, girl, I don't care. Girl, if you want to be with the nigga, be with the nigga. If you like him calling you bees in the parking lot, the girl, let him keep calling you bees in the parking lot. Girl. If Tisha want to keep getting cheated on, then girl, let her keep getting cheated on. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. Girl, I'm gonna review the show and go about my business. Um, yeah, and then she also talks about Josh. Josh was wrong for telling Latrice's business to Akeisha. I like Akeisha, but why is Akeisha on the show? Akeisha gets very much friend of the show, which is cute, but I don't know why she's in the open. Like, she's not doing enough. We're already in episode, what, 4 or 5? And Akeisha is very much friend of the show. Hell, I feel like the times we've seen Selena, is her name Selena? I remember her from Dancing Dolls. You know, they used to be my show, Dancing Dolls. Um, but I feel like Selena, she has even the few times we've seen her on the screen, she's brought more than Akeisha has this season. Um, but anyways, Josh was wrong for telling Akeisha um, Latrice's business. Like I told y'all, the last review. If he wanted to tell Akeisha what was going on between him and Daddy and how Daddy cussed him out, and a part of me really, 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 really believes for Josh to be crying the way that he was crying and saying how no one had ever really talked to him like that before. I really think that Cliff called him the F word. I really do. And the reason why I think that is because if Cliff can sit in a parking lot and call his wife a B and an MF and snatch about her arm, do you think he care about the bone? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you really think he give a damn about the punks? No, absolutely not, girl. Um, but yeah, he was wrong. He was wrong. I also get that him and Akeisha are friends, and he could have also been venting to his friend, but he should have been venting to his friend more so about what happened between him and Cliff versus like telling Latrice's business. Um, Selena and Soguchi. This is the thing. So, did y'all hear when Selena and Latrice went shopping? Because Latrice is having a wig party. She's coming out with a line of wigs. And I think the wigs, one of the wigs she named the wigs after the cast. One of the wigs was West Side Tam. Because, Tamra, Tamra got like 15 different like voices and stuff. Her real voice, if you want to know her real voice, the voice she has, that's a fake voice. Girl, that's the voice that she used when she went to speech therapy. Yeah. I don't know if she went, that's what I done told myself. Her real voice is when she was cussing out Akeisha last year. That's her real voice. Okay? Um, but anyways, one of them is West Side Tam. Tamara really could be a friend of the show too, quiet as it's kept, if we're going to be honest. They could bring Selena on as a full-time cast member because Selena gonna work. Okay. Um, but then sometimes, girl, sometimes it's best to leave the girls in their positions because quiet as this kept. That's why they messed up with Marlo. They should have left Marlo a friend of the show. I know they ain't got nothing to do. I know that this ain't got nothing to do with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Anyways, what was I saying? Selena Soguchi, that's what I was talking about. If not, that's what we're going to talk about now. Selena and Soguchi. The wigs. So one of them name was Hattie Mae, West Side Tam. I forgot the other names, girl. But Selena and Soguchi got into it. Long story short, we all grown. We know how the speaking thing works. If you walk into a room like this is not a big area. It's a big area as far as like for a hotel room, but as far as like probably like throwing a party, it's not that big of a space. And if it was probably about 5 or 6 people in here, and somebody walked in and spoke to every person individually, and then didn't speak to one person, it could cause a scene. You know what I'm saying? Because people would be like, "Girl, he didn't speak to so and so." But I think in that situation, just listen to me. In that situation, there was really no need. I'm gonna tell you what Soguchi got messy, but it really was no need for Soguchi or Selena to speak to each other because we at this big party. Girl, there are people everywhere. Girl, nobody. I mean, people could be paying attention, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it that big of a deal. You get what I'm trying to say? Because it's like this big party, and girl's kind of like, girl, it is what it is. Now, of course, people may say, girl, did you speak to Selena? Did you speak to Soguchi? Right. But it's not going to be as obvious because of the amount of people that are there. Now, where I felt like Soguchi got messy is when she walked up to, who was it, Tambra? Yeah. and she spoke to Tamara, and Selena was right there. I was like, girl, so good you really could just say, hey, girl, how you doing? You see what I'm saying? But she didn't. Selena felt some type of way, but I also felt Selena just wanted a moment because I could have sworn either it was Selena, I think it was Selena who said that sometimes they speak, sometimes they don't. So, girl, well, if sometimes you speak and sometimes you don't, then bitch, this was a sometimes you don't. so, so it's almost like even though it's so Gucci not speaking, like if y'all know y'all have that type of relationship, then I don't know what the problem is. The point I'm trying to make is there shouldn't have been an issue because it's already been established that sometimes we speak, sometimes we don't. So if y'all know if y'all know that's where y'all stay, I just thought about it. I just thought about it. So Gucci wasn't wrong. I just thought about it. So Gucci wasn't wrong because Selena said sometimes we speak, sometimes we don't. So that was a sometimes you don't. I mean, somebody could argue that if so Gucci wanted to be a grown woman, and she could have just said, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" But I mean, girl, that's y'all relationship. Who else? We talked about Tisha. Talked about Glendale, Cliff, Latrice, Akeisha. Ain't got nothing going on. Tambra ain't got. Oh, Marie. Shout out to the diva. Oh, Marie went on a blind date with some dude named Playa. I'll say this much. It looked like a fun date. It looked like a fun date, but Player would have never saw me again after that. Girl, like, okay, girl. Like, I know in my head, girl, this ain't going nowhere, so girl, let me just have fun. Let's just bowl and do what it do, and it is what it is. Because, girl, you walking up, introducing yourself to me, and yeah, I'm giving you an alias, but, girl, my name sounds real. So even if I'm telling you my name is Anna or Hannah, because Latrice came up with the idea, not Latrice. Letitia came up with the idea for Marie to have a fraudulent name because they didn't want anyone to Google Marie and then find out she's a successful businesswoman, blah 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 blah. So they were like, we're just gonna name you Anna. Anna, I think it was Anna, which I think is horrible. But they could have said Michelle, girl. They could have said Keisha. Like, Marie looks like her name could be Michelle. Marie looks like her name could be Keisha. Marie looks like her name could be who? What's some names? Who? Kim. She could be a Kim. Right? So anyways, she goes on the date nonetheless, and she has an NDA. I ain't never had to sign no NDA. I don't know what an NDA looks like. I don't know the exact wording that happens to be in an NDA. Girl, does it really have when you get it non-disclosure? Because like on the front, it was like a cover sheet and it had biggest day non-disclosure. I said, girl. So anyways, it was funny, but yeah, he came with some cargo shorts on, a t-shirt. I think he had on a baseball hat, and then he said, "My name is Playa." How are you introducing yourself on a first date, and you're telling someone your street name? Playa. Okay, girl. Okay, I just gave you a fake name too, but my fake name sound real. Okay. But anyway, like I said, they looked like they had a good time. It looked like Marie wasn't uncomfortable, he wasn't uncomfortable, but like Marie said, girl, I'm a businesswoman. I'm a professional woman, and I get it. Anyway, let me shut up. Um, but yeah, like I said, it looked like a fun date. Um, and then that was pretty much it. I think Marie, yeah, Marie, Letitia, yeah, that was it. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.